wrist, or I turn. Okay? At any moment, I could disarm it from here and hold on to the knife. Let me go ahead and pick up the pace a little bit. Let me give you some do's and don'ts. Don't anticipate, let the energy come down. When you do this, push away from you. Go into grab, use this as an anchor. Now a lot of people like to just dive in there. When you can make it simple, just drop your knee, knife right in between the legs, head right behind it. When you go in, make sure this is hooked, and make sure the knife is in the inside leg. Once you got the inside artery cut, turn the head, double pass. Now the face has to be down. If it's face up, he can still bite you in between the legs. Now bend this up, and you've got your chicken wing. Now there's a few options to this. You got a wrist lock, he'll tap. You could turn, we call this chicken wing, or you could simply just break his neck from here. Let's go to the ice pick, a more simple technique. Now in this technique, you are going to get cut, but it's going to be on the outside of your forearm. This technique is by him attacking you, you want to go palm up, catch the inside. If you notice, the blade is right on my forearm. But he's not going to get a very good cut, but he's going to get somewhat of a superficial cut, and you rotate palm down to go palm up, scoop it. It comes right out of your hand. Now for drilling purposes, if you want to get the timing and rhythm on this, I'm going to feed it back to Alan. He's going to do the same thing. And it comes right into his hand. And then he does it to me. And you could incorporate your eye jabs into this at any time. You could incorporate a punch. You could incorporate an elbow. It all depends on what you want to do at the time. Back fist, groin shot, slap. So even a kick, okay? Now these are just for drilling purposes. Now we're going to go a little bit harder. Okay? Now he will come in, and then from here. Now if I come in and he tries to stop me, I'm going to lift up my hand and just spin. Okay? So once he comes in, it'll be 1, 2, hit, lift, spin. Now, in the perfect world, there's the 1-2. What if he misses the first one, he comes back with a backhand ice pick. So he's going to go forward, he misses, backhand. It's the same mentality. You catch the wrist, it's going to cut you here on the outside, but you go palm up, and the knife hand comes out, and take it from there. Okay? Same thing with Alan. I'm going to feed him 1, 2, palm up. He's going to just do it back to me, and we're going to go 1, 2, and right here I could go for eye jab, palm up. I'm going to do it to him, 1, 2. There you go. He's going to do it back to me, 1, 2. Now from here, if you notice, once I got him here, I could do so many things. I could go pull, push back into him. I get into a wrist lock from here, using the knife. So there's all kinds of options going from here, backhand. Okay. And then there's also the forward hand. 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to go forward, one strike. Get it on first, 1. Get it on the first. Get it on the first. Get it on first. Get it on second. 1, 2. Get it on second. 1, 2. Okay. Now I got this one technique from the Indonesian martial arts, Pencak Silat. One of my grandmasters showed me this technique, and I liked it, and I incorporated it with some shoot. What Matthew's going to do is do a slash at me. I'm going to stop it. I could even incorporate an eye jab. I'm going to go ankle to ankle, inside his knee, drop. Now when I go up, I collect his leg and I step. Now again, the mentality of my wrist to my elbow, cross right where the beginning of his calf muscle is. Now look what happens. A lot of pain into this. Now I could even turn it a little bit and it goes right into the bone. You okay? Yep. Okay. And anytime, if he does give me a hard time, I just add more. I push the knee if I want to. I could disarm it from here by going here, push, go over, and get into a reverse. You okay? Okay. Remember that one? Oh. Okay. Now the do's and don'ts on this. A lot of people forget to go ankle to ankle and drop. They just hurry up and go into this. Think he's going to come down. If he has big legs and strong and he's basically in a horse stance, he won't go. So you need leverage. So we're going to cut the leg in half by doing this and collecting. If you do this right, you always collect the leg. Step right on the wrist and go up. The higher he is, the harder it is chance for him to go anywhere. Now by doing this, you add in the pain. You want to turn him a little bit so he can't kick out that easily. Okay? This leg might kick you to the face, which he'll try. And then you got to watch out for that because your face is vulnerable. You have nowhere to block it. That's why I push the knee this way so he could block it. Okay? And give the energy down to the ground. Okay? He can't do anything with that knife hand. And I'm putting weight down here. Okay, let's go full speed with this. Here. Now the do's and don'ts on this. If you notice what I did when he came slashing, you easily knock the wind out of him by doing a palm strike to his chest, going from here, dropping, going under. And right here, you could still hold on to this. He's still strong. Pin it down now. You want to do it right on the forearm or the wrist. When you put the pressure on his calf muscle, turn his knee so he can't kick you to the face. Make sure it's bent right here. To make it even worse, drop your knee here. So it's you've got all limbs covered except for this one right here. And that's it. And if he does reach for you, then you've got all limbs covered and you start hitting. Let me give you a different angle. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, punches, 7, grab, and then hit. Now, in a perfect world, all things happen. If he comes crashing, let's say you controlled him, his limb, the knife hand. So when he comes for a slash, you hit him still. But now he's not dazed. He's coming in even harder and coming for a hug. From here, what you want to do is palm up. Go palm up and hold. From here, what I want you to do is get squared up. And don't think about hip tossing at a high line. These are the do's and don'ts. Don't do it from here. If I do it from here, he's still anchored. His weight is distributed to the ground. You want to go straight back, all the way back, and then turn. Pin, and then up. Let me go ahead and show you how to do this without your partner. Once you get into a hug, you go palm up, double-handed. Don't think about hip tossing the high line, which is up here. You want your head to challenge yourself